Good evening. Oh, excuse me. Gosh, that was a bit of a croaky good evening, wasn't it? How are we all? I hope we are well. Just check that I am right where I want to be. Yes, I am there. Right, we'll get rid of that. So, yeah, hello. Hope you are well. I'm feeling much better, thank you. She says as she coughs, but no, I am a lot better. It's so good to be back where I should be, sitting, creating, sharing. It's what we like. So this week, this week I've been sharing the Keeping Traditions scrapbooking workshop kit. I love the workshop kits, the scrapbooking. I love all our kits, but especially these. They allow me to do some scrapbooking without thinking. I love the designs that you get, both of the products and of the layouts. But you get so much extra. I mean, so far I've made 3 cards. Yeah, I've made 3 cards out of my leftovers, plus some other little bits. Show you what we made today. I can't show you the other one because that's coming out tomorrow at 5 p.m. on Global Connections, Global Creative Connections, I want to say, InstaHop. But these are the 2 we made today. Let's switch camera. So this paper was left over from the kit, and then I had this in my stash that was pre-cut. Some of these were leftovers that I'd got from another project. I used corresponding coordinating stamp set for this, and then we just did, sorry, you can't see properly, can you? A little gatefold, real simple, but wanted to use up some bits that I'd got. And then we created this one that's also using leftover 2-tone cherry cobbler cardstock, leftover papers. The white was white willow that was left over out of the kit as well, and then I just cut some extra little foliage to go in there and use some paper on the inside as well. So yeah, and like I say, my other card that I've done for tomorrow that you'll see, that's also using some leftover bits of papers. So the kit, like I say, it's fabulous. And this is papers. There's all this paper that I've got left. It's all double-sided. So we've got the spots on there, and then that one's got Secret C, and then we've got the stripes on there. So I've got quite a few bits of paper left, and then 2-tone cardstock. I've got all these bits as well, so we can use those. And then there is a few of the stickers left, but it's just numbers. We used all the other stickers, but you know, they always come in useful when scrapbooking numbers. So I thought what we'd do, I've brought in some coordinating products, because it's all part of the Keeping Traditions traditional Christmas suite. So we've got the Christmas greenery bundle, which has got some gorgeous images and standalone dies for foliage. The coordinating traditional labels, stamps and dies with some gorgeous labels in there. And then I'd also got I brought the Keeping Traditions stamp set to go along with it, so we could perhaps use some of that. But my first thing I'm thinking is I want to use this for a background. Nice. Good evening, Carol. Thanks for joining. So I am going to start off with a basic white card base, page base, and I want to stamp this as my background. A large block, and I'm going to stamp it in the Secret C. But I'm going to do Secret C stamped off. I'm going to bring in a scrap of paper. I could really do with a large foam mat to go under this. Just bear with me, because I used to have one, and I'm not sure if I've tucked it away down behind here. Oh, maybe not. I can't see. Oh, there it is. Excellent. I've got a large foam mat. Because the photopolymer, it's better to stamp on a mat. So I'll just help with that. So I am going to, because it's a large stamp, I'll take the ink to the stamp sometimes. Right. So we'll just add a few of these over our background, just random. I'm sorry you'll see all this red cottony nylon it's the dog's toy. She's destroyed it, absolutely destroyed it. I'm not too fussed about the stamping being perfect either, which is why I'm not giving it a really good press down. So long as it's there, because I only want it to be a hint of. Such a gorgeous stamp. I'll just do this randomly. I'm not so good at random on such a large scale. Don't find it quite so easy. Oh, that one can go that way up. Yeah, it's the opposite way. I didn't want it the same way. And then we'll just do some bits off here. Have a little bit there. And then a little bit there. Now, I'm not so worried about the middle because I will have stuff on there. Right, so I'm happy with that. Gives me a bit of a background. Move that over that way. Clean that. Because I got myself into a right palaver of a mess today with stuff everywhere. My camera was in the wrong place. And I just ended up with not a lot of room at all. I just felt all scrunched up and I didn't like it. So I'll keep on top of things this evening. Right, now to contrast with that, I want... Oh, or do I do a square? No. See, I like that, but I'm wondering if it's just too much. I might do a banners. I like banners. And then a stripe of green. Yeah, I'm going to cut this. We've got 4.5 inches. So I'm going to cut 2 1/4 so that we've got 2. So if I want to make the opposite one, ooh, the same, I can. Don't very often do same left to right, but I might today, or I might just create the one and then create the other at another time. And then I want some Secrecy. Gosh, I can't even pick it up. Oh my, what's going on? Right, so I want a piece of Secrecy, and I'm going to cut that to 1 inch. I do like, yeah, I'll put it on the dark. I do like the Secrecy. It's a beautiful colour. Nice. I like those. And then you love Secrecy. Do you know, when I first saw it, I was like, yeah, okay, so it's a bluey blacky. But now that I've started using it a bit more, yeah, I can see why people really like it. And then I want a pop. I think I'm going to have a pop of gold. So let me grab my gold foil. I think I need to buy some more. And I'm just going to do a 1/4 inch strip of gold foil. Just to edge and split those like so. Liking that. And then I might have a square of this in the middle. Yeah, let's cut that as a square. Just using up what I've got. So that's 5 3/4. Am I going to, how long's that? Oh, no. I'm going to cut it down to 5 1/2. And then that'll be my 11th, just so that I've got not 2 nice squares. Put it down to 5 1/2. And then that gives me some little strips as well, if I want for anything else. But I'll have enough if I want to make my other page matching. So I'm not going to do a banner. I'm going to have a nice square centre. Right, I'm liking that. So I'm going to glue these down where I want these. I sat there this afternoon thinking, I need to have a think about what I'm going to do tonight. I need to have some idea in my head of what I'm going to do. Yeah. No idea at all until I sat here and I was like, right, I'm going to use that as a background. I was going to do some colour on the background as well. Just a faint colour in the, using the stamps to fill it in, but decided no, I'm not going to do that. I'll keep the background quite plain. That's it. Add that one on. I've been looking today at flights and hotel rooms ready for next March for our demonstrator event. It's in Cologne in Germany. I need to get in touch with Louise, my upline, and see if she's coming. Because from what I've looked today, the prices are quite cheap at the moment. Does mean flying from Heathrow again. You know, good old Heathrow. Everywhere we seem to go, we end up down south. No, we need to go somewhere that Birmingham. I want to fly from Birmingham. I think I'm going to add in a layer behind there just to allow that to pop. And I'm thinking Secret C for that. So I'm going to bring in some Secret C cardstock and just see, because it isn't as dark. I don't know whether Secret C or Pool Party would be the way to go. If I went Pool Party, and we're here just trial and error, because this paper does have a Pool Party background, and I just want something just so it doesn't look just like an odd piece of paper stuck there. That just ties it in, as that makes it pop. I think I'm liking Secret C. We're going to have a very heavy Secret C card, or a very Secret C heavy card. So that was 5.5. Yeah. So 5 3/4. 5 3/4. Yeah, Carol, Secret C. Yeah. You know, I don't know if you're the same. Sometimes when I'm creating, I look at things and I'm like, It takes me a while to actually decide that, yeah, that's the one. Yep. I like that round there. I'll pop that there. Now I think on this page I'm going to have 2 6x6s maybe. Or I might just, no, I'm going to have a 4x4, I think. Don't know if I've got a thing for a 4x4, but I can cut one. Let's cut a piece of 4x4. I think we could have, that'll be for a photo. And we're not going to have a lot on this page picture wise, but I just like how that feels, and then we can decorate it with lots of stuff. Right, let me have a look in here what we've got. December documented. I want, how am I going to glue that down, or shall I create a pocket for some journaling? Yeah, we'll have a pocket for some journaling. So let's use some foam strips. I'll add this on foam strips. These foam strips are fabulous for this kind of thing. I had them for ages and hardly used them, and now I use them quite often. Come on. Just saves you dimensionals. Alright, and I want to create a pocket. That's going that way up. Oh, a pocket around there. To there. And then it doesn't need to have a top on it. It's just so that will stop my piece of paper falling any further down. There we go. I'll chop that and add bits in where we would like them. There we go. Lovely. Right, let's put those away. And those. And let's take the backs off of these. So have you been crafting today, Carol? Is it cuppa and card day? I was saying earlier how might have to go to Croydon the weekend. I don't have to. Well, we don't have to. The company that's moving the car for us doesn't work Sunday, so it's going to be next Saturday, because where we're fetching it from, he's working this Saturday, so it'll be the following Saturday. So I get to play, hopefully, most of the weekend. I'm going to add this on. That's for my photo. Have that there. Right, let's get some decoration on here. You had a PJ day, a bit of crafting, struggling with... Oh no, I am sorry. At least you managed to get a little bit of crafting done. And we all need a PJ day now and again. Right, I'm going to now stamp one of the... Oh, I think I'll stamp the big one and colour it in to have it on here. I'm just going to move that out the way. I'll bring in Stampin' Pierce mat. And we'll go with this again. I need some white cardstock. And I've got these little bits. These were left over as well. And I'll stamp this one full strength. There. Beautiful. And then I'll use the filling stamps. Hubby came home tonight and said, oh, I've been invited out for tea with some of the blokes from work. I'm like, yeah, okay, go. You know, Hayden was going to sort me tea out, and then he come back. They changed their minds. They weren't going to where they'd said, and he didn't want to go to where they were going. So he ended up saying, so I had to quickly rush to create some tea before I came on here. So it's been burgers tonight. Right, I want cherry cobbler. I'm not sure what pink that is, but it's very pinky pink, isn't it? I have looked online. It doesn't tell you what pink's in it. Thinking about it, I wonder if it tells you on here. It probably won't. I looked at the papers, not this kit actually, when I looked online. No, it doesn't say. I'm going to go bubble bath. It's looking that kind of pink to me. Oh, lovely. How nice. It's nice to have someone cook for you, isn't it? An old olive. That's what I was really looking forward to Hayden cooking. I like it when someone cooks for me. Right. So I'm going to go... No, I'm not going cherry cobbler. I want to go real red, so it pops a bit more. Right. I don't know if I want it full strength or stamped up. I'm going to go full strength. Right, I'll just line this up. somewhere around there. There we go. Gorgeous. I love how it gives you the little white pieces when you haven't quite got it exact. You get the dark lines from the outline stamp, but then you also get the white bits where you've gone off. It looks like highlights. I like that. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? I get fed up with cooking all the time. And with the what shall we have? It is nice, isn't it? It looks good. Yeah, I'm like, well, what shall we have? I don't know what to do. I'll get the little stamps ready. Little infill ones for the flowers. I'm just going to stamp again just to see. Not sure. Yeah, I think it might be the right colour. Oh, we'll go with it. It might be pretty in pink actually, but I'm good with this. If I can get it the right way around. There we go. I do like two-step stamping. I love colouring. I love filling colour, like, you know, filling in stamps with colour. But I do find this a nice quick way of doing it. We don't always want to colour, do we? And I am conscious of the fact that when I'm colouring and I'm on a live, that you're just sitting watching me colour. I know many people have said it's fine, they find it therapeutic, as do I. I am still conscious of it. Right, let's bring in the leaves and the little fir tree pieces. I don't know if they're fir trees or pines. Well, the leaves I'm going to do stamped off, so they're that little bit lighter. It's therapeutic to watch ankles. Yeah, I think it is. I have said before, I've always coloured. But, you know, in different ways. But just lately, I've been very much watercolouring, but like ink and water rather than actual watercolours. Yeah, I think because it's more forgiving. There we go. How beautiful is that? It's great. Love that. And then I'm going to use my Wink of Stella just to add a little bit to these petals of the poinsettia. I'm not doing too much because I don't want the ink to run and cover those white bits or pull the secret C to make it just a blur. I'm just adding little bits like so, and then that'll just give that, don't know if you can see, it's giving it a little glisten. No, not picking it up, but it's there. Right, let's die cut that. And these dies are fabulous. Oops, come on. Out you come. I've had my first 2 stamp sets with the new packaging. I'm liking it. Wait until I get a few more so that I can arrange where they're going to go in my stamp in area. Not quite sure where they'll fit at the moment. But of course I've still got lots of the old style, so once dwindle them down, I'll have a shelf hopefully that they'll fit on there. But I must admit, I like it when things change like that, because it gives me a perfect excuse for having a rearrange, a sort out. Yeah. Everything feels fresh and new when you've had to sort out, doesn't it? Oh, don't stick. Come on. Tried to get most of the sticky off it, or I thought I had. There we go. Use that piece again. And I'll pop that back on there. Rip that off because we don't want that bit. Alright, so that's what we will have on here. And then I think I want some greenery and foliage about. So let's die cut some foliage. I'm going to use this large. Ow. Ow. That was silly. That was well and truly stuck on there. I hooked it into myself. Right, I'll use that one. So I'm going to use two-tone Old Olive for this. I don't normally die cut out of the two-tone, but because I want it the light and the dark, yeah, I want that in the light, and I am going to use up my scraps that I've got. Let's do this one. I'm just going to go with the light and the dark so that I'm not using Mossy Meadow on this one, because that's what colour I've been putting with. Beautiful. That's the cat. I could hear a noise, but I couldn't see anybody. But the cat's tucked to lying in the fire basket. We've got some wood in there, and then I've got some of the packing paper from Stampin Up parcels in there for lighting the fire. And she's tucked to lying on that. Bless her. She's having a preen at the moment. And of course the paper's rustling underneath her. And that's what I can hear. Right. Let's pop that one on. With a couple of these using the dark side. I'm just hoping it's contrast enough. I would have thought it will be. Trying to place it so I can get as much out of my papers as possible. We like to get as much for our money as we can. Right. So even though this is a Christmassy, I don't want it to be generally Christmas. So much hair. Right, so we can grab these out. Yeah, I don't want it to be a Christmas page, just a Christmassy like. time of year. Beautiful. They are gorgeous, aren't they? And then we've got our two with leaves. Pull them out. There we go. And this one, I think they are enough of a contrast. But I am going to darken them a little bit because I want to add some ink onto them just to bring them to life. Right, my old olive is that one. I might have enough on from earlier today. Okay, it's just bringing a little bit just to the ends. So once you move it and hold it next to that one, you can see that it has got a difference on there, albeit subtle. That's fine, that's all we want. It just adds a bit of depth and movement to them. Right, then we want a bit more on this one. I will add a bit more ink just so it darkens it a little bit more. Don't mind this one being a little bit darker. Oops. One of the reasons I don't like wearing a cardigan to craft, things stick. But we haven't got the fire on, and it's a bit nippy. But it's like, there's no point putting fire on if Dell's not about, because he's gone in the bedroom to listen to his normal mate that he listens to on a Thursday. Hayden's in his bedroom. I'm doing this. I'm not going to keep getting up to deal with the fire. Right. I'm kind of thinking if that's across there, and then we can have those somewhere down there so that they're extending this out. I like that. And then I might colour a few of these, but I'm going to put my title on here, and then I'm going to have my journaling in there. So let's take that off. Let's glue these into place. So that's going there. And then this one go there. Come on, stick. This one pop it down there. And then this one we can have coming that way. And then that can go that way. I think it's better that way. Right, so that will go up on there. So I want some dimensionals. Oh yes, Hayden's pinched my dimensionals. He came in earlier. Oh, there's no large ones. They must be in my bag. I'll just use smaller ones. He came in earlier and pinched the dimensionals. He's working on his album, his Halloween album, that he started when I was still doing the classes. album that I did with my class. He did he turned his into an Halloween album. And today he's decided he's going to do some more to get finished in time for Halloween. Right, that can go there. Liking that. And then I think I want a bit of gold in here, but I don't want as big as those dies are. I think I want I'm using these a lot lately. This week, the pattern tags dies, and I'm going to do the same as what I did earlier. And I'm going to cut this die and then use the bits from out of it, because it gives you some lovely little bits of fern, pine, whatever you want to call it. I don't think I've got, actually, doesn't matter if it's not a whole tag, does it? Oh mind you, I will cut a whole tag because I'll probably use it for something. So do it this way, and then I can get two at this section of card. Oops. I'll cut this. Wait, all that I was saying, I've got my cardigan on because I'm quite chilly. I've now gone really hot. And it's only been since I've not been well. But since I've been feeling a bit better, I keep getting these hot flushes again. That, I mean, all my hot flushes had stopped. Whether they've started again or whether it's to do with the illness, I'm not sure. Right. Definitely need to buy some more gold foil. Never use so much. I think these gold foil sheets are the first ones I ever bought. I'm not coughing or sneezing tonight, no. I'm worse in the morning. I wake up all and then yeah, I'm much better of an evening, which is odd because everywhere's shut up and everything of an evening. But touch wood, I won't do any coughing and sneezing. I filled my water just in case, because we'd not long had a cup of tea. I was like, I really don't want another cup of tea. But I'll have some water. Right, let me just take my cardigan off because I am a bit warm. Right, so I've got those and I shall keep those as with all the others. And then I've got all these little bits of fern or pine, whichever they are. Again, I'm not going to keep all the odd little bits, just the whole ones. But you can keep all those and use those. Right, so let's pop these on here. I just need some nice little bits just to bring out, because we've only got that one bit of gold. I think it just needs that a little bit more. Add into it. I'll pop that one down this side. I don't want it symmetrical. at all. I want it balanced but not symmetrical. There we go. Liking that. And then do we want... Yeah, I think we'll have one coming from under there, and that'll be enough then. That'll give us 5 pieces on there. Just balance that out. Okay. And again, we'll save those. They will not go to waste. Well, I'll use them on the other page possibly when I create my other page. Don't think it'll be tonight. Right. Title. My letters. I'm thinking I'm going to get a nice family Christmassy picture to put in here, with it being on its own. And I think I'm going to have family as my title. So I'm going to use the alphabet a la mode. And I think it needs to be red. And I'm going to go... Let me have a look. If I use two-tone, like cherry cobbler, or darker cherry cobbler, that tying me that better. The lighter does, or I can go real red cardstock. Not sure about that. Real red two-tone, which we do have quite a bit of. The light's too light, I think. So that ties nicely with the paper. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go real red, dark, two-tone. And I'm going to chop off here. I think these are like 1.5 inches, are they? Yeah, so I'll do a 2-inch strip just to make it easy. I mean, really, to keep it using leftovers, I should have gone with cherry cobbler, shouldn't I? But I just think that looks better. That being dark is okay because it's flower. That ties in with that. So I'm liking it. Right. Adhesive sheets. Definitely need to put these on my list. Yes, we've not got a lot left here at all. Right, here. You all right, fidget cat? There we go. That's that on there. Chop that off. Like that. Chop that off. That's another piece. Right. Let's grab our plates. And we can die cut our family. And I've got a real dry mouth all of a sudden. Right. If I cut them neatly, I could use Negative, couldn't I? But I would have to cut it neatly. I'll have an exclamation mark as well. No, we won't. Change my mind. Right, let's see if I can cut this. I don't think I can. Doesn't help that my plate's slightly bent. See, that one's turned. Right, let's have a go. Let's see. The moment of truth. Will I be able to use the negative? Did everything move, or does it look? No, they moved. Okay, we're not using the negative. I'm not surprised. I should stop being lazy, really, and stick them down. Come on. This is going to be fun. All right. Put that over there. I don't want to lose any of the dies. Still haven't ordered me a magnetic dish. I keep saying I'm going to get me a magnetic dish, and I keep forgetting. Thing is, I really want to snap on one. Don't ask me why I want to snap on one. I mean, that's just a ridiculous thing, but I'd like a snap on one. But obviously, I don't have a snap on dealer. I'm sure I could find one somewhere. I'm sure some of my friends have one that they use. I'm going to pop this up in this corner because that then will balance that out, I feel. These aren't the easiest things to pick up in the paper. Yeah, I like that there. Right, let's pop this down. And again, I'm just going to eyeball it. Sometimes I will draw a faint line. Well, tonight I'm going to eyeball, I think. There we go. Yeah, this year Christmas we're actually having Christmas at home. We're going up to visit my dad for a few days beforehand. But there's me, Hayden, Dell, and Hayden's partner all going up, taking the dog to visit. So it'd be nice to have a nice family photo. We haven't got family photos. I haven't got a photo of me with my dad for a long time. So yeah, I need. It's starting to go up a little bit. I need to get some photos, and I think this page will be nice for that, being as it's Christmassy without being Christmas, because it won't be actual Christmas when we're there this time. But yeah, we're going back to the Indian. Hey, where are we? started going every year until Mum passed, and then obviously I was spending it with my dad. But now he's settled and everything, I can go back to India. Right, I am kind of thinking of putting a bit of colour in these, but I don't know if it's going to ruin it, because I do like it. No, leave it, Lise. What I will do is a little wink of Stella on the centres of these. Just all the little middles. It just gives it a little bit of a shine. And I will pop bling on, don't worry. Christmas time's all about the bling. We can go OTT on the bling. Fab. Unfortunately, you won't get to see. But you think very light colour? Yeah, I was thinking like very light pink. Just on them flowers. I've got the pink, haven't I? Perhaps not on all of them. Let's have a look. If I ruin it, I ruin it. We can go back. Can make another one. It's a piece of paper. Right. If I was to stamp this, 1, 2, it would have to be the second, because third you can hardly see. Matte. I can blame you. Yeah, that's it. I'll just blame Carol. It's all Carol's fault. I'm nervous. Why am I nervous about stamping something? Oh dear. Oh, Carol, it's the call. Even just popping that one on, and I am just doing it very, very faintly. But yeah, it's what it needed. It's what it needed. That's that way. Turn the page. I don't know if I'll be able to get on that one. No, so we'll leave that one. Some can be white. Some can be more or less off-white, because that's how pale it is. Loving that. Right, let's go in with the other one. Same again. That's very pale. This stamp set, and that is absolutely stunning. It really is. Someone's on the move because the dog's having a Making a bit of noise. Beautiful. Like I say, I bet you can't see it. I'll lift. But it's just so subtle. It just makes it an off-white that, yeah, it's what it needed. Good curl. All right. Some bling, and then I think we're done. I'm thinking we do Tuesday, no. Stars, no. These are actual. Love it. Thank you, Carol. Yeah. I'll go with these. Now, I was thinking of using some Pool Party ones to bring in the Pool Party, but they're a little bit bright, I think, compared to the Pool Party on there. So I'll leave those for something else. And I think I'm going to do a mixture in these. Around by the actual flourish, I'm going to go green so that they're there, but they're hiding there. Oops. Because they're just part of it. And that one, because it's on green. And then I'm going to have some gold around here. And you have that as the centre of that flower. Oh dear. Cat's not happy. I wish that flower wasn't in line with that. I have one there. And just little ones. I don't want a line. There we go. There's 3 on there. 3 around there. See, we've now got an even number, but we've got 2 lots of 3s, so we're okay. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. The nice family photo in the middle. I think that'll be nice. All right. There we go. Our page is complete. I'm really pleased with how that's turned out. To use some of my leftover pieces with corresponding and coordinating products. But yeah, I wasn't having this. Sweet approach. Thank you, Carol. I wasn't going to purchase any of these products at all in this week. And then I saw so many beautiful projects made with it. I was like, you know what, I'm going to go for it. Couldn't get the paper, the DSP part of the actual suite, which is why I ended up going for the scrapbooking kit. Because I thought, well, it's got some papers and that in it. I like the scrapbook kits anyway. It means I can use those for myself as well as share them. But I'll have things left over, and I bought the coordinating stamp sets to use with it. So yeah. Right. I know it still isn't available, is it? So I'm so glad I didn't wait. Because I almost sort of, I was like, well, I could wait and then get it when it comes back in stock. But it's just been so popular that, yeah, it's still not available. So, yeah, I'm glad I did what I did and went for this. Because, yeah, still use it. I've still got these bits of paper that I can use. I've bought other stuff since. Or I'd already got other stuff. But, you know, if it comes back in time, then maybe we can have some of that as well. for our Christmas crafting. But yeah, like I say, been looking at hotels and flights and stuff, so maybe I won't be buying too much more. I'll be paying for them. Right, well, thank you very much for joining. I wish you all a good weekend. I hope you're feeling better soon, Carol. And I will see you all next week. Thanks again. Bye.